Despite many analysts' predictions, Shanghai looked quite competent in their match against New York. While it took some time for the NYXL to adapt to the Dragons' Pharah-centric compositions, after halftime, they looked dominant. Shanghai should be proud of holding their own against New York though, especially for their performance on Hanamura, but the match continued to highlight why New York belongs atop the season standings. On Oasis, New York opened up on University running goats into Shanghai's Pharmacy, but were caught off guard by the Dragons' aggression. Jonak was picked off in the opening skirmish and in the second team fight, hindering NYXL's attempt at taking the point. Shanghai took the map 100-0, blindsiding the Excelsior. On City Center, Nene opted to play Soldier 76 to help mitigate Ding's Pharah, earning them the first point take. Shanghai couldn't adapt to New York's hit scan, allowing the Excelsior to pay back the favor with a 100-0 point win of their own. Garden saw the NYXL lead off with a similar hit scan focused composition, with Nene on McCree to further put a dent in Ding's Pharah. However, Ding managed to hold his own against one of the greatest counters, reliably picking off Nene early on in teamfights. While New York couldn't take the point until Shanghai had earned 75% capture, once they captured it, they wouldn't let it go. The New York Excelsior took the point 100-75 to win map 1. On point A defense, New York ran a standard 3-3 composition. The Dragons initially led with Youngjin on Roadhog, taking one tick of their first engagement before swapping him to Doomfist to finish taking the point. New York quickly stabilized on point B, with stellar play from Jonak on Ana shutting down Shanghai's attempt to snowball. The NYXL were successful in holding off the Dragons from taking a single tick on point B. On attack, New York ran triple DPS, with Nene on Widow, Libero on Pharah, and Meko on Hanzo. While their first push was shut down early, Mono managed to sneak onto the point as Orisa and place pressure to aid their second push. After failing their snowball attempt, the Excelsior swapped to a 3-3 for their subsequent point B pushes. While their engage was often starting off strong, the NYXL failed to maintain their momentum throughout their teamfights. Shanghai's impeccable ultimate usage, especially two well-placed self-destructs from Geguri, prevented NYXL from making progress on the point, ending in the map being a draw. New York opened on Eichenwald, running goats into Shanghai's Pharmacy. Even after the Dragons swapped Ding onto Sombra after they quickly lost point A, the Excelsior continued to steamroll. After denying key ultimates from the Dragons by stunning Ding out of his EMP and Meko eating DM's Graviton, the New York Excelsior finished the map with 308 in their time bank. New York opted for their own Pharmacy on defense, setting up Libero to face off against Ding in the air. While the NYXL held point A for over 2 minutes, Shanghai were able to capture it just before overtime. The Dragons completed point B in a similar fashion, but frantic overtime hold from New York prevented them from finishing the map. The Excelsior took Eichenwald 3-2. Both teams opened Gibraltar running Winston Goats, with New York repeatedly picking off Luffy early on to prevent Shanghai from effectively making progress. The Dragons looked like they had to run out of steam, and were unable to take even point A before the time ran out. On offense, New York put on a strong display. While they were briefly stalled by Shanghai under the bridge, the New York Excelsior's slow and steady pushes allowed them to gradually gain cart distance. With the threat of a backcap from Meko, the Dragons started making mistakes that New York capitalized on. New York won the final fight of the match to take Gibraltar 1-0. In conclusion, Shanghai looked formidable against New York during the first half, but failed to keep up the pressure after halftime. Once New York became comfortable facing off against Ding's Pharah, Shanghai no longer posed a threat on any composition they tried running. New York is still taking baby steps into diversifying their team comps this stage. Luckily for them, their 3-3 prowess will keep them in the runnings as a top-tier team for now. If you love great Overwatch League content, make sure to give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and hit that bell icon. Now, from our house to yours, thanks for watching.